millions of people. And a normal business person, a local business person adds value to like maybe 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, which makes us understand that greater the business, greater the value creation. So business eventually boils down to one sentence, and that is one question rather, and that is, what is the value you are adding to the people around you? Second mantra, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. Josh talks about is marketing. If your business has the right marketing plan, the right branding idea, you flourish again. The second mantra is marketing. What's your marketing plan? What's your mantra? How do you reach out to people? If you have the best of products and you do not know your beneficiaries, you do not know whom are you impacting, if you do not know the way of selling your product, you fail as an entrepreneur. The third mantra that this amazing author talks about is sales. Sales. How do you sell your product? If you are creating amazing products, if you are an extraordinary entrepreneur and you do not know how to sell the product, or your product is not being sold, eventually it's non-profit. And you're sitting there to do business. So sales is another pillar of a successful business. The fourth one, ladies and gentlemen, is value delivery. Now, value delivery is all about customer satisfaction, how happy your customer is. So maybe if Amazon tells you I'm delivering this product in 2 days, and they deliver within 24 hours, you're delighted. That's customer satisfaction. They either live up to your expectations or they do things beyond your expectations. And that's exactly what value delivery is. If you promise something to your customer, to your client, to your beneficiaries, and you're able to do that with finesse and elegance and excellence, that's value delivery. The fourth thing that Mr. Josh talks about. And the fifth pillar, ladies and gentlemen, is finances. Now, of course, if you're doing business, at the end of the day, you need to earn, you need to get money beyond your expenditure, beyond your investments, and that's exactly what finance is all about. And when I look at this amazing story of Mr. Dabbewalas, I believe it is one of those organizations, one of those leaders in supply chain management that absolutely caters to all the 5 mantras. They are the ones who portray all these values in the best way possible. This is the group that exhibits value creation, sales, marketing, value delivery, and finances at the utmost level. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with this journey of Dabbewalas. And before we go ahead, let's try to understand why Dabbewalas have reached the zenith of glory. So, number one, this is the case study that is being taught in one of the best management institutes around the world, be it IIM Ahmedabad or be it Harvard University. This story, this case study is an integral part of the management institutions. The Dabbewalas have made it to the Guinness Book of World Records. The Dabbewalas have made it to some of the most remarkable and prestigious awards in the world. Some years ago, when Prince Charles had come to India, he aspired to meet the Dabbewalas. The Dabbewalas receive a call from the municipal corporation. He says, Pawan ji, ये जो Prince आए हैं, उसको आपसे मुलाकात करनी है. And Pawan ji says, Sir, कौन है ये? So he says, ये Prince है England, he is the King of England. इनको आपसे मुलाकात करनी है. And Pawan ji says, Sir, लेकिन मैं मिल तो सकता हूँ पर एक शर्त पे. And the contractor says, क्या शर्त है आप? आप प्रिंस से मिल रहे हो, आप जानते हो आप किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हो? And the man says, सर शर्त ये है कि मैं सिर्फ 11:20 से 11:40 के बीच में मिल सकता हूँ. And the contractor is shocked. He says, ये किस लिए? The man says, कि वो होंगे इंग्लैंड के किंग, पर यहाँ पे मेरे 2 लाख किंग्स बैठे हुए हैं. अगर मैं जरा सा लेट हो जाता हूँ, उनका लंच टाइम गया, यहाँ पे गड़बड़ी हो गई, सिक्स सिग्मा हाथ से गया. The second condition he imposed was ये मुझे चर्च गेट के फुटपाथ पे आके मिलना चाहिए. Because इस समय पे हम लोग डिफरेंट असॉर्टमेंट्स करते हैं. एंड असॉर्टमेंट करते वक्त अगर कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाती है, पूरी साइकिल खराब हो गई है. When Richard Branson, the business tycoon whom we relate with Virgin Mobile, when he came down to India, his first priority was to meet the Dabbewalas. Mr. Vilasrao Deshmukh, a former CM, when he went to address a group of Dabbewalas, he tells the journalist, I went there 5 minutes prior to the allotted time. I generally go late, but here I went 5 minutes prior to the allotted time because if I was even 2 minutes late, I knew these people would vanish. There have been multiple stories, real stories about the Dabbewalas that portray the fine quality of work they do. They are the people who believe that work is worship. They are the people who believe that Annadan is Mahadan. They are the followers of Shivaji Maharaj, and they believe that a gang of 5,000 people portrays the Maratha strength. This is the team that believes that time is money. This is the organization that believes that unity is strength. This is the organization that believes that error is horror. Imagine Mr. Khan's biryani being delivered to Mr. Jain. Let's begin with the wonder of Mumbai Dabbewalas. Let's talk about what Dabbewalas is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, a basic idea about the Dabbewalas. So this started in the year 1880. 1880. So they say हम अंग्रेजों के ज़माने के जेलर तो नहीं है, पर अंग्रेजों के ज़माने के डब्बे वाले जरूर हैं. They say that मुंबई में लोकल ट्रेन रुक सकती है, पर डब्बे वाले कभी नहीं रुक सकते. They say मुंबई में 3 चीजें बड़ी फेमस हैं. एक वड़ा पाव, दूसरी कटिंग चाय, तीसरा the Dabbewalas. And you see on the screen, this started way back in 1880. There was a Parsi banker from England, of course. He wants to have home-cooked meal. He hired an employee. And this boy's responsibility was to simply go home, pick up the home-cooked tiffin, come and deliver to him. That's exactly how the idea germinated. One simple boy picking up a tiffin box from the person's residence and getting it delivered to him at his office, and then going and giving it back to the person who cooked it. One employee, one customer, one idea. Today, the Dabbewala are a group of 5,000 people. 5,000 Dabbewalas. I remember reading this book by Salman Rushdie last month, and the protagonist in this book was the Dabbewala who was 12 years old. The protagonist of the book was a Dabbewala 12 years old, which means that age is no value again if you wish to work as a Dabbewala. So anyway, 1880 is how the journey began. One man starting with his delivery system, different delivery system, getting his friends along, forming a group of 100 people. And these 100 people registered this organization in 1956. In 1956, and was registered as Nutan Mumbai Tiffin Box Suppliers Trust. In short, the Dabbewalas. That's the name, the registration name. And if you find out about the background of these Dabbewalas, these 5,000 warriors, there are only 8 passes. And that's maximum qualification, by the way. So most 95% of them are less educated. So 8 pass is maybe the highest qualification they have. An average Dabbewala, ladies and gentlemen, carries 40 tiffins per day. They have a bicycle, a very, very special, strong, robust bicycle, which can accommodate the weight of all 40 dabbas, all 40 tiffins. So probably one Dabbewala carries 40 tiffins, which is approximately 60 kg. The employee strength, as already mentioned, is 5,000. 5,000 Dabbewalas working with one mission, and that is Annadan. I remember reading this news some years ago. One day, because of derailment, the Dabbewalas could not function. And there was one heading flashing every news channel. Because of derailment and Dabbewalas being out of service, half of the Mumbai remains hungry. Because they have a customer base of 2 lakh customers right now. 2 lakh people getting the tiffin from the Dabbewalas. And they do 4 lakh transactions every day. So 2 lakh pick up and 2 lakh dropping up, which means 4 lakh transactions. Let's try to understand how these Dabbewalas work. Early morning, 9 o'clock is when they start working. Now, why do you need Dabbewalas, ladies and gentlemen? So, as a Mumbai girl, it's impossible for you to reach your workplace in half an hour. It's impossible to reach your workplace maybe even in an hour. So what do? If they really have to reach at 9 o'clock, they have to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. And these people have to be really affectionate to their mothers and wives. They don't disturb their precious sleep. So waking them up at 4 o'clock just to prepare tiffin is a big no-no for them. So what do? They hire a Dabbawala. So waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting ready, and then, okay, in case you leave at 8 o'clock and carrying a tiffin with you is again a bad idea, ladies and gentlemen, because you know how crowded the Mumbai trains are, the metro locals are. It's impossible to carry a tiffin along with you. So that's the reason why they hired Dabbawala. Number one, to avoid all their hassles in the morning, troubling their wives and mothers, and number two, they really can't carry a dabba along with them. Or in case they plan to eat outside, that's heavy on pocket. And you don't know about how hygienic the food is. The next big problem. That's why they need a Dabbawala. So a Dabbawala comes to your place at 9 o'clock to pick up the tiffin. They pick up the tiffin, they collect all the tiffins from the same area, and then they reach the railway station. Now one tiffin goes through 5 different Dabbawalas. So it's only one Dabbawala coming, picking up tiffin, going delivering. No, it goes through 5 different Dabbawalas. And then it goes to its destination. How does that happen? We'll understand in the further slides. What's their mantra? What's the secret behind this efficiency of delivery? We'll understand. So he goes to the railway station. They sort of the tiffins, assortment, selection, collection, gathering, etc. And finally, the tiffin gets delivered before lunchtime. Now, before lunchtime is before 1 o'clock. Before 1 o'clock, all the 2 lakh dabbas are delivered. In fact, Dabbawalas are given the sobriquet. Dabbawalas on time, every time. And they say that they make mistakes once in 16 million transactions. I repeat, once in 16 million transactions. And this is the reason why they're given the 6 Sigma certification, which means any company or an organization that is flawless, that makes one mistake in 16 million transactions gets the certification. And that's why Dabbawalas are given the 6 Sigma certification, which means 1 in 16 million transactions, one mistake. And the Dabbawalas says, and the Forbes magazine said that they are 99.9999% efficient. And the Dabbawalas says, "ये 0.1% कहाँ चले गया? हम तो गलती हुई नहीं कभी." We never made a mistake. ये जब बात कर रहे हैं 1 in 16 million transactions, ये one mistake कहाँ पे हमसे? That's how confident they are about their service and delivery, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find more about the Dabbawalas. Well, yes, the 6 Sigma performance and 0% use of technology. So today we see most of our organizations are running successfully because we have the foundation of technology, the digital backup. The Dabbawalas have 0% technology, 0% fuel because they use either the local trains or bicycles or cars. 0% fuel, 0% mistakes, but 100% customer satisfaction. That's what we see on the screen. The cost of service, if you're really planning to have a Dabbawala, you're trying to hire a Dabbawala, you're supposed to pay only 200 per month. Now imagine if you pay a buswala, if you pay a buswala per month, how much do you pay? Maybe 2,000, 3,000, and that's for 30 days. अगर आप बोलो भैया मैं 10 दिन के लिए बाहर घूमने जा रहा हूँ, when you say, okay मैडम मैं 10 दिन काट के आप मुझे पेमेंट दीजिए, will you ever say that? Obviously not. The Dabbawalas do it. If you're going out somewhere maybe for 10 days, they'll reduce the cost of those 10 days and then give you the bill, and that's how you pay. The Dabbawalas do some value-added services as well. So I remember a customer telling the news reporter that when my husband forgets his specs, he calls us and says, Dabbewali यहाँ से भिजवा देना. And the Dabbawala very safely delivers the specs on time, before lunchtime. There have been times when the customers have said that we love Dabbawala because, number one, Mumbai is insecure. So if it's my payday today, my salary, it's so difficult and dangerous to keep that salary in your bag and travel all the way back home in the Mumbai local. Now what I do is when I finish eating my tiffin, I take my salary, put it in the tiffin, tell the Dabbawala salary maybe. He puts it and gives it to him. And the salary has been reaching to his destination, his home, for the last 30 years, safe and sound. Which means that they provide excellent, trustworthy, value-added services. Another customer is said to have reported that I had a fight with my husband in the morning, and I was in no mood to prepare tiffin. And we had a fight, and he left the office saying I won't come back home. And this lady, now out of love and affection, she somehow gathers courage and she makes the tiffin. And she sends it to the Dabbawala. The Dabbawala reaches the office and gives the tiffin to him. And the man says, मुझे चाहिए यहाँ tiffin, मुझे खाना ही नहीं है. He says, भैया एक बार खोल के देख लो, शायद आपको पसंद आ जाए. He opens the tiffin and he finds 2 movie tickets. Along with a note, I'm sorry, I love you. The man calls back the lady in front of the Dabbawala, apologizing and confessing and, accepting his mistake. The Dabbawala is delighted and he is saying, "Bhaiya, mujhe late ho raha hai, main chalta hu, aapka kaam ho gaya." So value-added services. So these are just the tips of the iceberg. They've been doing tremendous value-added services since the time of their inception. More than 125 years, this organization has been robust. It's been sturdy. It's been efficient. And you know the reason? It's because every employee is valued. Now imagine if one Dabbawala falls ill, the whole chain is disrupted. The whole chain is disturbed, which means the dabbas will not be delivered to the 2 lakh customers on time. Which means that the Dabbewalas know that each employee in my organization is an asset. I need to invest in each one of them. The next one, ladies and gentlemen, if you screen, it says there have been no strikes. So more than 125 years of dedicated service, no police recall, no legal cases, no strikes. What do we see today? We see employees going on strike every now and then. We see people demanding for more rights, for more salary, for more remuneration. We see cases happening, court cases, complaints, in most of the organizations. And that's exactly where the foundation is shaken. And this organization stands strong, is able to face all kinds of insurmountable challenges in today's era because they know that it's all about legacy. They leave behind a legacy. So no police case, no legal case, no strike, nothing. And still running strong and more than 125 years of service. Now what exactly is their approach? Let's try to analyze the approach of Dabbewalas. Now before we go ahead with this, we talked about the journey of the Dabbewalas, the routine. So what do? They are able to collect all the tiffins from 9 to 11. That's the collection time. 9 to 11. 11 to 1 is the delivery time. By hook or by crook, they're supposed to deliver 2 lakh dabbas before lunchtime, not even a minute late. So 11 to 1 is the delivery time. And they make sure that they deliver at everybody's doorstep. So if you work at the 11th floor, they won't really leave that at the guard at the ground floor. They'll come to your 11th floor and then deliver the dabba in your hand, and then they make a move. After this, 2 o'clock, they begin the collection of dabbas again. The empty dabbas then collected and taken back to your respective homes before 5 o'clock. And 5 o'clock, or maybe 4 o'clock, and that's when the day ends. So Dabbawala, his day begins the morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and it ends by 4 or 5. And the Dabbewalas have claimed that the greatest moment of our lives is every day when we complete the service by 4 or 5. And you see them wearing a huge smile on their faces saying, "We've delivered. We've done our work with excellence, dedication, devotion, and all kinds of positive software that you may have for them." By 4 or 5, they're done with their work. And that's when they have the part-time jobs. So Dabbawala is not basically associated with only one organization. They have all the rights and freedom to pursue their areas of interest and passion and part-time jobs after 5 o'clock. So they're free from 5 to the next day, early in the morning at 8 o'clock. And that's exactly how Dabbewalas work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the glance at the approach. Discipline. So you can see on the screen, no alcohol, no drinking during business hours, wearing a white cap during the business hours is mandatory, and wearing identity cards. So today Dabbewalas in Mumbai are known by 2 things. Number 1, the white kurta pajama that they wear, and the white gangi topi, the white cap that they wear. So wearing white cap and a white kurta pajama is mandatory. And that's discipline. That's the foundation of discipline. And drinking, smoking, everything is prohibited. And they're fined, in fact. They're fined. So drinking, maybe you fine 500 rupees if you're found drinking, if you're found smoking. So you have to refrain from all sorts of illegal things during your working hours. And that's the foundation of discipline, and something that we as women entrepreneurs can imbibe from the Dabbewalas, the discipline that they portray, the discipline that they embody every single day. And women have had a tremendous contribution in the history of Dabbewalas. It was in 1956 that a group of women joined hands with the Dabbewalas, and even today, 30% of these employees are women. Women coming from the marginalized sector of the society, who are able to come forward, gather courage, and make a name for themselves. Work hard, assiduously, diligently, and earn money. They did not choose begging. They did not choose pottery. They chose being a Dabbewali. And that's how they are earning today. They know how to lead a dignified life because they had a ray of hope. And the ray of hope was the Dabbewala group. The latest marketing strategies, finally, the Dabbewalas have incorporated the digital ways of reaching out to people. So today, if you really want to subscribe to Dabbewala, you can send a message to their official number. They have a website. The Dabbewalas have a website. You can always avail of the services simply by sending an SMS, that is the Dabba, on their website, and they revert to you. So they have a call center right now. They have an SMS service, SMS portal, and they do have a website to reach out to more number of people. Because the clients are ever increasing. They're ever increasing. And I was so astonished to know that one of the things why the Dabbewalas are really famous for is the customer retention. So there have been people who've been working with them for last 80 years, and they are still working with them. You'll find a 12-year-old boy working with the same enthusiasm as a 95-year-old man. And there have been very few negligible cases of customers giving up their employers giving up their jobs because they love working as a Dabbewala. They earn a decent amount. There's no substantial investment as such, and they earn respect eventually. They are looked up to as the Dabbewalas, not Dabbewalas, the Dabbewalas, and they love it. And there have been very few cases of customers giving up their jobs. So customer retention plus employee retention, ladies and gentlemen. Employee retention is the salient feature of the Dabbewalas. Now, the organizational structure. What is the organization all about? Just like any company, any organization, they do have a proper sequence, and that is, they begin with 5 executive members. The CEO of the Dabbewalas happens to be Dr. Pawan Agrawal, and he heads this organization, and he has a group of 5 executive members, followed by a group of 20 to 25 group leaders. And these group leaders, they train the fresh interns, the fresh employees. So maybe a person joins the Dabbewalas today, he doesn't get a service, he doesn't get to work from tomorrow. He gets training for a week by these group leaders, and then he gets back to work in full swing. That's exactly the structure of the Dabbewalas. And then finally, you have the individual Dabbewalas, a group of 30 people working under one team leader. And that's how the organization works, smoothly and efficiently. So we have president, we have the vice president, followed by the general secretary, treasurer, directors, Mukaddam are the team leaders we talked about in the previous slide, and the members. And these members are 5,000. They form the rock bottom. They form the solid foundation on which the Dabbewalas are working and reaching out to people today. Well, this is the cherry on the cake. If you really wish to take back something with you, it's the coding system. How do Dabbewalas work? My question may be that, number one, they're less educated. They have no idea about reading and writing. They've never read in their life. Now, how do they deliver the Dabbas at the right place, at the right time? How do they understand the area? Let's understand the coding system, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, you see the E over there. E. E indicates the area from where the Dabba is to be picked up. So E is the area from where the Dabba is to be picked up. So if you see on the right hand side, that's the code for Dabbewala. From where does he pick it up? The next one is VLP. VLP is the residential station. So I know where I stay. Dabbewalas need to know the area where I stay according to the number of the railway station. So 3, here VLP stands for the residential station. So they're picking up the difference from my area, from my residence. Where do they go first? That's their first station. VLP, Vile Parle, that's the first station. And that's how the journey begins. The next one is 3. 3 stands for where is this dabba to be delivered? So it begins at Ville Parle. Where does it end? I told you it goes through 4 to 5 different dabbawalas and then it's delivered. And it's really complicated. But the dabbawalas do it seamlessly. They do it effortlessly. Why? This is the secret. They know the dabba is to be delivered. Even if it goes through 10 different dabbawalas, they know it's kahan pahunchana hai. And they get this idea about through this system, the coding system. Number 3 is the destination station. Where is this supposed to be delivered? And at the end, you have the game changer. 9EX12. This is the exact address. Where do you deliver this? This is the exact address. So number 1, 9 stands for, if you see on the screen, it's the destination station. Once again, a destination station, that means the last stop where this is delivered. So maybe a dabbawala delivers at number 3, but now they really need to go to the intricate areas after this main stop. Now that's the intricate area, number 9, followed by EX. EX is the name of the building. So it could be AI, All India Radio, AIR. It could be Indian Express. It could be anything. So here I give you the example of EX, that means Express Star. And the last one is 12. I told you, they will never deliver it at the ground floor. They'll come to your floor, 12th floor. And this is the coding system. Now generally, they use the color green for the pickup system and the red, the delivery system. And this is the coding system. And even if a dabbawala is less educated, it has no idea about reading and writing. I remember somebody asked dabbawala, can you please tell me where is IIT over here in Mumbai? You know, मैं आपको address तो ही बता आपको लेके साथ में जा सकता हूँ. And that's how efficient they are with the addresses and areas and locations. So that's the secret code. Generally they use green and red, but there are times when they do change the colors according to the availability of the colors with them at the church gate when they saw the tiffin. Some more examples for you. That's exactly how they work. So you see the dabba writing down the code on the dabba. So they use their fingers. They dip the fingers in the paint and they do it. As easy as that. So that's exactly the mantra behind the Dabbewalas success. This is the coding system that they follow for efficiency in delivery. A quick glimpse, a sneak peek into the schedule, so how they pick up the tiffin, how they sort out, and how they deliver. This is the whole routine. How do they begin, how do they conclude the journey of the Dabbewalas. Now, your question may be, what's the investment? So as a Dabbewala, if I'm being recruited, but I don't age has no barrier. There are no requirements as such, no criteria as such, but they do need to invest. And what's that? The investment is very minimal initially, and that is to bicycles, wooden crates for tiffins, the wooden carts that they carry. So they generally commute with a bicycle or local trains. But in case there's an emergency, they have to use the crates as well. So crates is the next one. The white kurta pajama, trademark Gandhi topi. That's all. And these bicycles are really, really special because they're robust. They're made up of some special material so that they can carry all the tiffins, all the 40 tiffins, the 60 kg, properly, safely at the destination. There are management mantras from the Dabbewalas, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, as women entrepreneurs, if we really wish to own our game and raise our craft and impact the world, if we wish to wow our customers, if you wish to go out there and make a difference, if you want to shout out loud, if you want to let people know that you care and we are serving them in the best way possible, let's understand that valuing time is really important. Now, time management, how do you understand the value of time management? I told you, if a dabbawala gets late by maybe 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes in the morning, it disrupts the whole cycle. So even if one dabbawala gets late, if he sees it's raining heavily, it's raining cats and dogs in the morning, he won't